Welcome to part 3 of how to assemble a drip irrigation system. Today we're going to show you how to install the most popular drip irrigation, drip tape. If you haven't watched part 1 yet, be sure and do so because that will tell you how to get the water from your water source to the drip tape via the poly tubing. Drip tape is great for vegetable gardens requiring even watering. The tape has little slits every 8 inches to deliver water directly to your veggies. Drip tape can only be installed in straight lines, so it is not appropriate for gardens with scattered plants. For those, try emitter line or soaker hose, which you'll find out more about in part 4 and 5 of this video series. To install drip tape, bring your water up to the garden with poly tubing as shown in part 1 video. Be sure and choose the correct pressure regulator because drip tape must be used with pressures less than 10 psi. You have 2 options for transition from poly tubing to drip tape depending on your garden configuration. If you only have a small contiguous area to be watered, you can use a tape lock 1/2 inch barbed fitting in the end of the poly tubing. The barbed side fits into the open end of the poly and the locking side fits into the drip tape. From there you can branch your drip tape in any direction that you want using elbows and tees. At the end of every line of drip tape, seal it off with a tape lock end with cap for easy flushing or the simple drip tape sleeve end. If you have a larger garden or a garden with beds separated by paths, try this installation instead. Extend your 1/2 inch poly tubing so that it runs the full length of one side of your planting area or raised beds. For raised beds, use power lock elbows at each bend to bring the tubing up to planting level. Anywhere along the tubing that you would like drip tape to branch off, use a punching tool to make a hole in the poly tubing. In the side your drip tape will extend, not on the top. Then insert the small end of a tape lock sleeve 1/4 inch barbed fitting into the hole. Alternately, you can use a permalock sleeve 1/4 inch barbed fitting with shutoff. This fitting allows you to individually turn off each drip tape line on and off. When cutting your tape to the lengths you require, cut it in between the emitters, not on the emitter slit. When you install your drip tape, make sure that the side with the slits is facing up. Slide the drip tape over the fitting with the nut turned all the way back and out of the way. The tape only needs to be fitted over the second barb to hold it securely. A couple of installation tips. Lay out your poly tubing and your drip tape in the warm sun. It will be a lot easier to deal with and unwind. Another tip, if it's hard to get your fittings into either the end of your poly tubing or at the end of the drip tape, just moisten it a little bit with cold water or spit. That works too. Some people install their drip tape under pressure with water. You will get wet that way, and if you don't want to, you can install it dry like we did and then test for leaks. After testing for leaks and fixing any issues, go ahead and ground staple down your drip tape so it stays in nice straight lines. So install some drip tape and grow organic for life.